Hello everybody, my name is Molly-Tastic and I'm a 12-year survivor of the cancer neuroblastoma. During the 12 years of remission I've had to deal with a lot of new diagnoses of side effects. These include infertility, mental health problems, deafness, stamina, and then memory problems. I suffer a lot with my mental health especially, and as it is Mental Health Awareness Week, I thought I'd share my tips and advice with you in making your life a little bit easier living with any mental health issues that you have. Just note that I am not a professional in any way whatsoever, so the advice I'm giving may not work for you. The first piece of advice that I have is taking a step back and breathing. Sometimes with the mental health issues that you have, it's going to be extremely hard to take a step back and breathe when you're either in a busy situation or you're just being first diagnosed with a mental health issue. I live with anxiety and depression, so I know all too well how hard it can be to take a step back and relax a bit. I get the phrase, don't worry, just breathe, relax, take it easy kind of stuff on a daily basis, and not on purpose either, it's just moral support. So taking a step back on your own and trying to breathe is a natural way of trying to calm down any anxiety that you have and trying to just relax. I know it's very hard, sometimes breathing exercises do help though. So taking a breath in through your nose for 4 seconds and out through your mouth for 4 seconds sometimes helps with your blood pressure and tries to slow it down slightly. The second piece of advice I have is taking some me time. If you don't know what this is, basically it's taking some time to do something with yourself. So no one else around you, so you can either read a book, take a bath, go for a walk. If you are with family, me time can be included as well. You can play a board game with your family, you can go out and have an adventure with friends and family. Me time is basically trying to recuperate and relax after a busy day or just some times where you feel stressed. My best piece of advice is if you have a bath, try and light some candles and turn off the lights. Natural lighting will give an easygoing effect, so it'll make your body feel more relaxed. And if you have some essential oils, maybe put them in the bath too. Or if you have any bubbles you like to use, that can work too. I find that the company Lush do some really nice products. They may be on the pricey side for some people, but if you buy some of their cheapest products, they work wonders. My third piece of advice is to tell someone about your mental health issues. Whether that's your family or your friends, it can be crucial into telling someone that you have one. Especially if you've got all this payload on your back and you haven't told anyone, and it can be extremely hard to live with knowing that no one else knows what you're going through. But I bet you 100% some people do. I know that telling my friends was one of the hardest things to do for me because my family all knew, so I didn't think I had to tell my friends. However, being in very busy situations for me is quite anxiety provoking, and trying to go out of my house on my own is very hard for me. So one of the things I would suggest is going around to your friend's house or your family's house and just telling them nice and easy that you've been diagnosed with something, and that's all you need to tell them. If you are trying to fix things on your own, that's fine. If you're getting medical help, that's fine. You can tell them that too. However, if you go around to their house and you feel like you need to leave, you can just leave. And you can even invite them into your house if you want to, if it makes it easier. Whatever comfortable situation you find best that you're in, go there and tell them. My fourth and final piece of advice is seeking medical help. If your mental health issue has gotten to the point where you feel like you can't control it, so depression and you're feeling suicidal on a daily basis, or anxiety where you feel like you are no longer safe in the place that you live in, try and seek mental health support. I know a few free places online. Samaritans is one of them, and Mind, the mental health charity, do some great support if you are living on your own or you're living with your family. If you need free support as well, again, the NHS do some psychology counselling, or they do some psychiatry counselling. These people can analyse your situation and help you the best way they possibly can. If you feel like you need less support than that, your family and friends, I'm sure, are with you every step of the way. But if you need more than that, go and seek medical help. Even if it's just going to your local doctor's surgery and telling them that you don't feel safe, they'll refer you to a service where they know you'll be okay. I know it was very hard for me at one point. I was stuck last year in a situation where I left the previous counselling service because I didn't feel like I was getting anywhere with the work that they were doing with me. and I found it very hard on a daily basis to cope with the mental health issues that I had. And it led up to 6 months of me actually trying to get somewhere with one of the services that I have. Thankfully now I'm receiving a treatment called EMDR. This is an eye movement tracking therapy that helps you reanalyze traumatizing situations. It's not for everyone, but if you do feel like that's something that you'd be interested in, I'm sure a doctor or a nurse that you know will be happy to try and refer you to a service where they know you'll be at best ease with. I used to find talking counselling quite helpful, but not all the time, so it really depends on what situation you're in. If you're at a point in your mental health journey where you feel like you can't control anything and it's at the point where you feel like you might plan to commit suicide, phone 999. The emergency services are always there for you, and the 999 operator will help you in the best way that they can. They'll also refer you to the ambulance service where someone will come and meet you if you need it the most. I know that some people feel like they can't tell people when they have a mental health issue, and I know how hard that can be, but if you can just tell maybe a stranger rather than your friends and family, you might get the support you need. I hope my advice and tips help in any way they possibly can. Happy Mental Health Awareness Week, and I shall see you soon.